Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone today? So good, I hope. So good. Well, you know I have lots to say today and lots for us to do because I posted that picture of my flowers from Wildflower 2. I hope that you have all painted your Wildflower 2 flowers because we're going to need all of them for today's art journal entries. And yes, I said S on the end because there's a big idea for a multi-page little installment in our art journals. But first, everybody take a drink. Okay. So, like I said, good morning, Nance. Good morning, Deb. So, like I said, I have, well, I guess I need to get the commercial out of the way. If you would comment and share on everything Ann and Artsy on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, I would greatly appreciate that. And then please ask to join our private Facebook groups, Stitch Along with Ann and Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook group for all things Ann and Artsy, like the art printables that we're working on today. Go to AnnCorbiereScottDesigns.com. If you want to contact me privately, you can send me an email at AnnCorbiereScottDesigns@gmail.com. Okay, so let's get to today. Okay, so we have a couple of components. Hey, Keels. Oh, nice. Have fun on the road. I hope the roads are clear for you. Okay, so we have on Wildflower 2, there are 5 wildflowers, and they're all long stemmed. So I started to, remember I just kind of did a pink wash around the petals of the pink jewel fleabane, and then I'm coming in with a gel pen, and I'm just deepening those petals with some color. There we go, as I go along. So finish up your finishing touches on your flowers, on your long tall sallies, as I'm doing here. And then I'm going to fussy cut. I told you I have so many things planned for all of these wildflowers in the whole wildflower series. So get that whole series and paint that whole series, because I have big plans for our art journals with all of these posies. So I'm sure you might have heard that Facebook is starting to delete live videos, and so I am working feverishly to move all of my videos onto my YouTube account. So that's what I did most of yesterday. I'll be doing it again today. It's not hard. It's just very time consuming and quite boring, actually. I realized yesterday, I told Jeff, I go, you know what? I realized that I was not meant to just sit at a desk all day and look at a computer, because besides the fact that it drove me a little batty, my eyes hurt by the end of the day. But rest assured that I will get them all moved over, and so then starting like today, I will move all of, as soon as I'm done with a live video starting today, I will move it over to YouTube so that you'll have permanent access to it. Know that it's a little bit of a jumbled mess right now because I just need to hurry and get them over there, and I will organize them once everything's over. Anyway. But just so you know kind of what's happening in the business world of Corbiere-Scott Designs. So I'm just continuing to do some finishing touches on these posies. Oh, Nance, that sounds awesome. Yeah, Tam. So Facebook is starting a policy where they will delete videos, live videos, after 30 days. And so I am working feverishly to get them all moved over to my YouTube channel. So I needed something a little calm like this. So just know that that's what I'll be doing from now until they're all moved. I am working feverishly to get them moved. And I don't know if that means like, because the announcement kind of came down yesterday, so I don't know if that means that starting yesterday, videos will be deleted after 30 days, or all videos. So I'm not taking any chances. I'm moving everything. It's looking like the videos in groups might be safe, but I kind of have a plan for those too, so I will, but I just want to get Pop In Paint Party moved first. That's where most of my content is, and so just so you know, that's kind of what's happening. So I think I told you guys that Jeff and I are going, we try to go on a trip for our birthdays. It doesn't always happen. But anyway, so I picked Portland, and so and Jeff and I have talked about going to Portland forever, and so now we're just gonna finally make it happen, because you know how that happens, like sometimes you just doesn't happen. There we go. So pretty. Okay. Okay, so I have all of these. Look, this flower needs a little bit of help, but I'm going to show you what we're going to do, and then we're going to build our pages, and then we're going to work with the flowers. So here's what we're doing. So I want you to get your art journal out. So Tam, you need to do this. And you're going to do 5 pages, right? So get your art journal out, and we're going to, and I glued together 5 pages with my glue stick. So here's number 5. So we're going to start, we're going to make some waterfall pages, right? So I'm thinking And we have 5 pages that we're going to do. So I'm thinking that I'm going to start my cuts at 4 inches. So I know 4 inches is right there. So I'm going to go 4 inches from the spine, and that's going to be my first cut, right? So that's 3 and a, I don't know, whatever. And I'm going to cut this. And it's not perfect, but I could give a hoot. Okay, and now let's go to 4.5. So let's go 4.5. And like I said, that's approximately. I just kind of went in like just a little bit. Went out a little bit further. All right, so we've started our waterfall, right? So you can kind of see it. Now let's go 1, 2, 3. So now let's go. I went 4 squares out from there. Who knows what that really is? Right? There we go. And now let's go 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, let's go 5. We just want them staggered a little bit. Do you guys understand what I'm doing? It's easy if you're doing it on grid pages. If not, you just want to, you just want kind of a waterfall effect, right? Okay, so now, you know I can't waste anything. So I took, remember I had that, a roll of this packing paper from Amazon, and I flattened it out and I rolled it up because, you know, I can't waste. So now 4 from the spine, Tam, but then I just kind of, you know me, Tam, I know you're asking for measurements, but I have no measurements to give you. Just this first one, I went 4 inches. Okay, so now I took a bunch of that brown paper and I cut it up into chunks and I ran it through my Xyron. Okay, there's the shortest one, right? So I have edge to edge adhesive, but you can do this with a glue stick. And if you didn't want to do brown paper, I really hope you do it with brown paper because I have a big idea for this page on the left side of this waterfall. You'll see. Okay, so now I'm going to peel this off. I'm going to stick it down. And I should be pretty good on sizing. And it's okay if it's wrinkly. I promise. It is okay if it is wrinkly. This is easier if I do it this way. You just, it doesn't matter what do I want to say? It doesn't matter the measurements, Tam. You just want them staggered. Do you know what I mean? You just want them to kind of waterfall. And mine are not even equal distance. Okay. So now I have a little extra, so I'm going to just fold mine over. But you could trim it off too if you wanted. Stop it. Page number 1. And now let's do page number 2. And look at how wrinkly this one is. I'm kind of loving that. Yes, you can, Nancy. Did you win one of the big ones? I love that. Let's see. So I'm going to leave this one wrinkly. It's kind of making me happy. If you don't have brown paper, like if you don't order way too much stuff from Amazon, like me, then you could absolutely use jelly prints or other art papers that you've created. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to fold this one. And I don't care that it's crooked. I don't care. We'll do something else on there. Right? So do you see are you getting the idea? Oh, rock on, Nancy. You know what's so funny? There was so much going on that I don't know who won what. Everybody take a drink. Okay. Let's go. That's what the kids say, don't they? Let's go. You know what? I'm going to put this behind. I did 5. You did. You did. You did win a lot. Miss. Because you bought a lot of raffle tickets. And that's not necessarily true. Your name was just pulled. So I did 5, Deb, because there are 5 flowers on that sheet. On Wildflower 2. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to fold that over. Right? So now I have 3 done. Uh-oh. No, I don't. Oh my gosh, you guys. Look what I did. I was so busy looking and talking that I wasn't paying attention. I have 2 and 3 are all glommed together. Yes, the 5th page is just by itself. Thanks, Tam. Honest to Pete, you guys. Can you believe I did this? This is what happens when you have a focus problem. And you know I have a focus problem. So, we'll just fix it. Oh, so anyway, so we're going to Portland. Hey, Renata, how are you? So does anybody have any suggestions of places to see or good places to eat or must-sees when I'm in the city of Portland? Then one day, we're renting a car for a couple days, and one day we are going to the seashore. I want to go to Cannon Beach, and I want to go to Lincoln City because my friend my friend Valerie told me that there's some really cool stuff happening there. So I'm going to do that. And then another day, well, it's all stuck, Tam. That's my dilemma. Because I wrapped it around and made it all perfect. Because I can see the other page in there. Honest to Pete. I can't believe I did that. Ay, ay, ay. Well, I might just have to leave it. I might just have to leave it and then make another page. Make my, let's see. Make my 5th page. You know what I mean? That's just going to have to be an extra thick page. And then do this one. Just 2. And then I'll have one more after this. All right. There we go. There we go. Okay. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad, Tam. I know. So I was talking to Joni about it yesterday, and she said, "Oh, Nance, that's brilliant. I love that. I love that idea. I love that idea." Okay. So, thanks, Tam, because you know what? I'm really excited about going to Lincoln City, but I really want to go to Cannon Beach too, because I want to see that haystack rock. And, I just put a nice big wrinkle in there. Let's see if I can, sometimes, nope, I think the wrinkle is there to stay. I'm just smushing it down. We'll just give it character. Alrighty. Now, I'll just fold this one over. And like I said, I don't know what I'm going to do with all these folded over pages, but it does add texture, Tam. Okay, so now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this one, I'm just going to glue stick these together, and then I'll cover it. Adapt and overcome. Adapt and overcome. Stick those pages together, and we have one more. I know. So I was talking to Joni yesterday, and she said, "What are you going to bring back from the beach?" And I go, "Oh, you know I have a big old Ziploc bag just waiting for some kind of beachy treasures, and I want to go." So the other day, one day we're going to the beach, and the next day we're going to Sisters so I can hopefully meet Katie Daisy. Oh my God, I want to go there so bad. And that's not far from Bend, and there's lots of hiking in that area, so I thought we might go for a little 4G hike. I'll take my Ziploc bag there too, so that I can, you know, bring back all kinds of artsy goodness for us to fiddle with. I do think I'm sure Jeff will be just like, whatever. I do think I want to take some copy paper and a crayon. It was a little crooked on that one. That's all right. I'll fix it. And a couple of crayons so I can do some rubbings, because I think I'm going to be able to get lots of, you know, I love a city because a city has all kinds of, always has lots of textures and patterns and things that I could get some good crayon rubbings with, I should say. Okay, So now I have my 5 pages, right? My 5 waterfalls. Okay, so this page is going to need a little help. And a little, oops. Needs a little trim. Okay. So now we're going to fussy cut our long tongue Sallies. So oh yes. So Sun River. That's, I remember you talking about that, Tam. So that must be near, right? Okay, so now we're going to take our long tall Sallies and we're going to waterfall them too. So now I'm going to move my book. I'm going to start to fussy cut all of these flowers. Right, and then their names. So, because we're going to want to label them in our art journal. So I'm just kind of giving them a rough cut now. And then I'll firm things up in a minute. Okay, Tam, I'll be sure to look. So like I said, I'm just doing my rough cut now. The word, so it's a, there's a whole series. Tam, can you put a link to the wildflower series, please? Renata, there's I have a new series of art printables, and they are all wildflowers. It's a series on wildflowers, and so I'm cutting out the title because I want to put wildflower. I want to incorporate that somehow. I don't know what I'm going to do. 3 of them are flowers, and 3 of them are sentiments and some hand-drawn elements. And we're going to use all of them. All of them, all of them, all of them. Okay, so now I'm going to start fussy cutting these guys. Thank you, Tam. And then I start to think about, there you go, Renata, placement. Like, how do I want these placed? And here's the thing, I can put them in my art journal and I can still work on them, right? So, because like this goldenrod, I know I have more things I want to do with it. So let's see. But I think you guys get the idea, yeah? So, and you know, when I fussy cut, I like to leave that little bit of white. I don't know, there's something about that for me. There's something about it. And this is kind of a rough cut too, because I can come in with my little bitty trimmers. I did find a couple of art stores. You know I do. You do, we do, Deb. Absolutely. They are in the file. So I do want to come in with my Poscas on this. And add more something to this goldenrod. I like to do things in layers and layers and layers. Da, 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 da. Go in this skinny little bitty bit. There used to be this restaurant in downtown Glendale called Bitsy Mama's. I loved that place. My sister said, "You always find places with the most unusual names." I said, well, I'm an unusual girl. It was really good breakfast. I think maybe I ate lunch there too, but oh, all right, Tam. Thanks. Be thinking of all the places I need to see and all the things I need to see and do. There we go. Sort of. So now I'm going to show you in my book what I'm thinking. Good morning, Vicky Dooley. How are you? Okay, so so I want my flowers to kind of just be like a, like a little meadow of flowers, flowers, flowers. I think I want them to kind of overlap a little bit. They're so pretty on that brown paper, aren't they? I love a brown paper. I think I want to do some, I want them anchored with some of my washi tape. I feel like that's kind of the way to go. Anyway, that's my plan, is to do a flower and a sentiment. You know, we have lots of sentiments on Wildflower 4, 5, and 6. And some other little bits of artwork too. So I just want to build these 5 consecutive pages as like a little installment. I'm kind of digging that. Anyway, that's where we're at with these long tall Sallys. Good morning, Sue. Oh, Vic, I'm sorry you're iced in. Yikes. So now we're just fussy cutting and chatting. Oh my gosh, so I think I found a book for us to read. I think. I'll get it and test it out first. But it's called We Need Your Art. Stop Messing Around and Make Something by Amy McNee. MC capital N-E-E. Amy is spelled A-M-I-E. So I'm just going to rough cut this. And then we can come in. Like I follow her on Instagram. And she has the coolest just little feel-good sentiments and encouragement. Sometimes it's a little tough love, but we all need that sometimes, about being an artist and creating. So one of the ones I just read said, when people ask you what you do, talk about your art. I thought that was brilliant. And you know, people, sometimes some people just won't get it. That's all right. That's all right. All right, let's see. Let's do a little, I think I want to go a little more detail-y on this one. But I kind of like the dots. Remember I did dots outside of the actual flower heads. So I want to keep some of that because it just adds that kind of, I don't know, airy prettiness. But I like the little bit of the cutouts because I know that like that little bit of brown paper is gonna peek out. I love that. I love when there's just that little bits. It's kind of like when you create an art paper and there's little, you know, like a little tiny bit of a stamp that you used, or a little tiny bit of, there we go. I don't know, some mark making just peeks its way through, right? So we can absolutely incorporate some of that on this waterfall page. We can do whatever we want. Isn't that the beauty? We can do whatever we want. So I hope you are fussy cutting your flowers. I got 2 of these little pairs of scissors on Amazon. I This is, oh my gosh, I'm loving it so much. Let's get a little closer on this one. That corner is a little bit squared. I want it a little more defined. So in there. That'll come in on this side. Ta-da! So Tammy, what does your family, what do they do at Sun River? Do they, like, do they camp or do they rent a cabin? I've heard you speak of it, so it makes me think that it must be a vacation spot of some kind. Oh my gosh, I was digging around yesterday, you guys. I was digging around yesterday because there's a national park in Oregon, so I gotta look. How far is that? Is that doable? I don't know. So I was digging around and I found my my national park passport. Does anyone else have your national park passport? I love mine. I love mine. And sometimes I forget to bring it with me, but I love to stamp places that I've visited. Cape Cod. What else do I have in here? Boston. I have a whole bunch of Boston in here. Because we did that whole anyway. There's Joshua Tree. National parks always have stamps, and so you can stamp in your book where you were. Anyway, so that was like, oh, I gotta take my passport with me, right? But then there's not one in Oregon, but I also love a presidential library. You guys know I went to President Johnson's library and President Bush's library. Oh my gosh. And a long time ago, we also went to President Kennedy's library, which is closed right now. That makes me just feel sick to my stomach. That people aren't going to get to experience it. Because a presidential library, when I go to them, it's not about politics. It's about reverence for the office, and it's always a snapshot in time, and it's always because I think I have my Kennedy stamp, but I didn't put the date. But you know what? Keely wrote that down. I'm sure I can get the date from her. I have Johnson, but I didn't have, and this is, sometimes if you don't remember to bring your passport, like, oh, say me, they always have a little piece of paper that you can stamp. They always have pieces of paper that you can stamp the stamp on, and then you can cut it out and glue it into your book. And so I do have George W. I need to put his in my passport. So if you get the chance, go to presidential libraries. It's so fascinating. It's so fascinating for a multitude of reasons. It's so fascinating because, like I said, it's like this time capsule of the time that they served, but also Yes, Nancy, it's the best. It's the best. I really want to go, well, I want to go to all of them. Because presidents fascinate me. Presidents fascinate me. I told you, I'm not a super political person. If you know me, you kind of know my sensibilities and where I probably stand on issues, but that's not for us to discuss. Everybody take a drink. Because, do you remember back in the day when we didn't know who everybody voted for? Good gravy. I just think people, I don't like that people have bumper stickers that children can read that say naughty words about presidents. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But you don't need to do that kind of thing. I don't like that. I know I'm a little bit Pollyanna in that kind of stuff. But the other thing you learn at a presidential library is all the things that president accomplished. Because sometimes it gets lost in all of the blah, blah, blah news. You know what I mean? So that's kind of really fascinating too. And like President Bush, a bunch of his they had a whole section in his library on 9/11 because that was such a exactly, Deb. I just hate that. One time we were on vacation and we went to see it was actually a natural it was Tequamanon Falls, which is in the UP of Michigan. And you know how they always have those placards where you can read about, I don't know, the history of the area or what makes up the phenomenon that you're looking at. And somebody had stuck a giant sticker right in the middle of that placard that said F word Biden. I had Braxton and Desiree with me, and I was so angry. I was so angry and just disgusted that people, it's just, I don't like when the lowest common denominator of us comes out like that. Just keep trimming, 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 trimming. All these little flowers, so pretty. Anyway, you get to see all the things that they that happened during their pregnancy and their accomplishments. All of the bills that they were able to pass and do you know what I mean? Programs that they were able to establish. Like President Johnson, he started Head Start, and what was the other one, big one that I was like, I don't think I stuck those two things together. I mean, I was pretty young when he was president, but anyway, I just found it fascinating. So visit your presidential libraries if you get the chance. I have Ronald Reagan's is not it's in California, and I think it might be it wouldn't be too far for Jeff and I to go there out of the, when we were driving back and forth. Shut up, Debbie. That's freaking brilliant. Yeah, I don't like ugly people. I don't like ugly people. And I'm not saying physically I'm saying, you know, you're right, Nance. It's so gross. It's so gross. Sheet music would be beautiful. That's a great idea. But I know you're a trash picker just like me, Deb. Because she's the first one to send me. She sent me toilet paper wrappers. And now, I'm just going to tell you, I can't unsee them. Every time I stay at a hotel, I see them. And then I'm like, oh, is that a cute one? I can make something out of that. Tick, 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 tick. Okay, is that enough? I think so. I don't know. I might come in and do a little bit more of those. I just wanted to have that jiggy edge. I know I see them do it to all the presidents, Debbie. They call him Joe instead of President Biden. I don't like that. I don't like that. Or they call him Obama instead of President Obama. I don't like it. I don't like it. Debbie, I love that. Yeah, so I have a friend who went to Reagan's library, and she said that they have like the phones and that's kind of always interesting to me, the different like in President Johnson's library, they had his car. Like, I guess they can each pick one thing from their presidency that they want at their presidential library. So Johnson's was his car. George W. Bush was the Situation Room. So that was pretty fascinating. That was pretty fascinating to see. It was just, I just love it. I love America. I love America, but I don't really watch the news too much. It either makes me mad or sad. That's why I like CBS Sunday Morning, because it's just nice news. Like Steve Hartman story. Who doesn't like to hear just a nice Steve Hartman story? And those suns. Do you remember I taught a class and we did a CBS Sunday Morning Sun? I'm thinking we need to revisit that. I will tell you, I was talking to Carmen yesterday and I go, I'm telling you, as I'm moving all these videos, I'm starting to go, oh, we need to revisit that artsy technique. So, don't be surprised. Da, da, da. Yeah, it's just, I don't like it. I don't like when people are not nice. Jeff always tells me, the whole wide world's not Midwest nice like you. And I said, they should be. They should be. The world would be a nicer place if everyone was just nicer. And just considerate of one another and have respect for, just your fellow humans. Okay, let's see. I loved President Kennedy's. I loved his his library. It was right on the water, which was very cool. And I'm trying to remember, Keely, do you remember what his thing that he saved? No, I don't remember. That was the first one I went to, was the Kennedy Presidential Library. That was amazing. That was amazing. There you go. We need to revisit bleeding tissue. I love my bleeding tissue. I do, I do. It's been a while since we used bleeding tissue. And I still have lots of it. We can make some cool art papers with bleeding art tissue. We did start to watch some of the Saturday Night Live 50-year celebration. I don't know if it's called a celebration, whatever. Anyway, that was so good. And I just, you know what's so funny? So they have this compilation of all these different, not segments, but you know what I mean. Skits and blah 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 that aired, right? And I just kept saying to Jeff, oh, I totally remember that one. Do you remember seeing that? Do you remember seeing that? And he was like, yeah, Aunt. It was just so good. It's Saturday Night Live 50-year something. And we watched a lot of it on YouTube, because you can just watch like one little segment. Do you know what I mean? It was just so good. It was so good. And talk about a blast from the past. Like, I remember when, like, it first came out, and SCTV from Canada. Oh, I loved SCTV. I loved both of them. I think these Rachel Beth watercolors are going to look so pretty against that brown paper. I think. How are we doing on time? Oh my gosh. Here we are. An hour went by so fast today, didn't it? Goodness sakes. And that means I've got to get back to transferring videos after this. But I can fussy cut in front of my computer. Yesterday, Valerie, I did stitch a lot while I was just sitting there. And researched places to go on my little trip. So excited. I just think it's going to be so pretty. So my idea, let's see. My idea is that, like, each flower is just going to overlap. Do you know what I'm saying? The edge, right? How pretty is that going to be? Right? Well, you get the idea. That's not cut, but you know what I'm saying, right? Oh my gosh, you guys. It's going to be so pretty. So, oh my gosh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. And then I don't know what else I'm going to do to build each page. But I know this element is the one that I've been like daydreaming about. And dreaming about. Here's my pink. So maybe this goes, the pink goes before the larkspur. Okay, anyway. So you've got your marching orders, right? You're going to paint your flowers. You're going to fussy cut your flowers. You're going to do your waterfall pages. And then we will talk about it again on Tuesday. Did you, Valerie? Nice. Right, all the while I was sitting in front of my computer transferring videos. I bet you had a great time. I bet you had a great time. So, I want you to just go out and make it a tremendous Thursday. Even if that means staying at home snug and warm, Vicky. And Debbie. I'm sure it's blustery there. So, and I can't wait to see what you do with your waterfall pages. Like, how much will you build up the page? How much will yours be simple and elegant? Will it get really artsy? Will it get, you know, I don't know. So I'm thinking, Tam, I want to have my flower over, like, hang over the edge just a little bit. Because I want them to be, like, flowers all in a row. Do you know what I mean? There. Well, you get the idea. Right there. And then this goldenrod, I'm going to want that, like, kind of sticking out. Or maybe just a little bit sticking out. I don't know yet. I haven't figured that all out. But I will. And you will. And yours will be beautiful. And mine will be beautiful. And so will everyone else's. And I can't wait to see how everybody else takes the concept of what that I gave you and how you interpret it. That's always the best thing for me, because everybody's is going to look just a little different. Anywho, I adore you all. I'm so grateful for your support, for every art printable you buy, for every class you take, for every tune in, every comment, every like, every share. That all means more than I can even say. I adore you all. Thanks so very much. And I will see you. Don't forget to open your newsletters tomorrow. And I will see you on Tuesday. Bye, everyone.